Hello. Well, we're back again. We're back in the greenhouse, and well, I have to be honest, I've done nothing right through the winter. I literally picked the tomatoes, I cleared them out, I cleared a few peppers away, I left a few in. This is a nice healthy specimen here, you can see. That'll be tasty. And but what I did do was, I came in about a week or two ago, and I don't know if you can see here, but I actually just planted up a few greens. Now these are great. A bucket from B&Q for £1, a bit of old soil, and some nice fresh greens. Now these will be ready in about another week or so. They're just little ones, just picking little ones, but it keeps you in salad all the way through. These are some of the peppers we had last year, and I've just left them in here. Now my intention this year is simply, when I want to plant these, I'm not going to dry them out. I'm just going to cut the seed pod in half, open it up, lay it on the surface of the soil, and then just sprinkle a little bit of potting compost on top of it and keep it damp. Now I imagine that out in nature there's not many spirits come running around and say, I'll just pick these seeds out and plant them exactly 2 inches deep. Nature just drops it on the ground and it rots. Now the idea then is that the flesh that's on the fruit becomes the fertilizer for next year. So I'm going to try copying it. I'm going to do it with this, I'm going to do it with some peas, I'm going to do it with some beans. I'm going to give it a shot. Now the other thing I did do was I planted out a few garlic. Now normally you stick the garlic in the ground, but up here it gets a bit wet and it stays wet for quite some time. So again, what I did was, I'm not going to let you look down here because the mess is terrible. I've got everything in here, including a lamppost, and I'm not kidding you. So what I did here was, as you can see, took a few bits. They look like crocuses, I know, but they are garlic. And all I did was I planted them in there, kept it damp, and now it's coming through. So my plan is to grow some of these in the greenhouse. That'll force them a little bit faster. And I've got about 3 or 4 buckets to put outside, but I'm not putting any in the soil itself, because last year the soil was damp and the garlic just rotted. I got hardly any back. So this way I'm hoping I get plenty back. So now when I said I had a lamppost, I wasn't actually kidding you. This is from a holiday cottage I've got, and one of my lovely guests knocked it down. So I couldn't bear to throw it away, so I'm going to pop some glass in the top end of a pier, take this bit out, put a couple of crossbars on, put it in the garden, and it becomes a new feeding station for the birds. So by having a glass on the top there, keep the nuts and the seeds underneath, keeps it dry. Champion. Now I'm going to get stuck in here. I'm going to start tagging up some of these old plants. Now the dead stuff that goes out, remember there's no such thing as a rotten plant, there's only tomorrow's compost. So all of this stuff, all of this dead stuff, this will all go out and it will go down into the beds. Now the idea behind that is the more we put down as a mulch, the more cardboard, the old soil, nothing diseased, mind. But you know, when you're using a mulch garden like this, you very rarely get anything diseased. If you do, you just nip it up in the bud straight away. So all the old compost, all the old soil, all the old shredded cardboard and paper will all go into the garden itself. And then remember, we don't dig, we just mulch, and then plant straight into that mulch on the top and see what we get. So I'm going in now because you might not have noticed, but there's something wrong with this hand. Can you see? I'll get a little bit closer. Do you notice what it is? It hasn't got a coffee cup in it.